another soup. That is the bumper show right here on ELBC 99.9. How come I'm like super monitor? No, this is the bumper show right here on ELBC 99.9. And I'm here alone today. Philina is under the weather, but I trust that you trust that we can go through with your participation. So welcome to it. It's 10 minutes on the downside of 4 o'clock, and my first guest is already in studio. I'll be playing host today to the Inspector General, that's Commerce Inspector General of the Republic of Liberia. Madam Josephine Davis is my guest. She's already here in studio. We will be talking about everything that she has been doing relative to inspection. You know what she's up to, or what she has been up to. Some of us don't know. She'll be telling us, giving us update. It's been 1 year now, or pretty close to a year, since the inception of this government, and so we'll be talking about some of the things she has been doing. Stick and stay with us. At 5 o'clock, we will play host to the president of the Liberian Business Association. And so that's how it is going to be here straight up to 6 o'clock. Be my guest. My name is TT Gibro. I'm bringing down the music. Madam Davis, how are you? Welcome to the Bumper Show.
Thank you, Didi. It's a pleasure coming back in studio again.
I know. Happy New Year.
Many happy return.
How has it been?
It's been great. Last year was a unique year for us because it was our first year in office. So we have to do everything possible in the interest of the Liberian people. But it was a great year anyway.
Okay, so before we start talking about what happened last year, this year, do you have, more vigor to kind of do more for the Liberian people? Have you come back refreshed with the new year?
More than ever before. Like I tell people, I say, one person now like to sit in office. So sometimes I ask the president, why you give me the job? He said, because I know you can sit in office. It's like a free person, you like to move, so we have to put you in a place where we know that will be okay for you. So this year we have a lot on our plate.
Okay.
Last year we dealt with the expired product, business registration, price tag. Now this year we're focusing on the liquor enforcement. We did enough surveillance last year, and we discovered that there are a lot of entertainment centers that are not in compliance.
Oh,
yes.
Compliance meaning what?
Meaning that you're not supposed to sell alcohol to child under 18 years.
Okay.
They're not even supposed to go to your place to drink alcohol. They're not supposed to be bartender at your entertainment centers.
Okay, children under 18 years.
Yes, but
they're not supposed to be bartender. They're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to buy at entertainment centers, right?
Yes, they're not supposed to. You're not supposed to sell liquor to them. So,
appendix is yours and business.
So we been doing this surveillance,
okay,
and we discovered that there are a lot of entertainment centers who just after the money, they don't care to ask the child for age, or they don't care to know that this person is under 18 years. I'm not supposed to be selling alcohol to them. I'm not supposed to allow them to come and sit in my entertainment center to drink alcohol. So we did a surveillance. We discovered that there are a lot of entertainment centers that is not in compliance. So we are going to enforce the law because we have to. It's for part of our works. So we have to do that. So what we are doing now is that we send inspector on this gas.
Okay.
Monitor you until you close. When we discover that you are not in compliance and you have a child in your place drinking alcohol or selling alcohol to them, or they are bartender there, we will not ask the people out. Once you close, we will put our commerce lock on your door and leave a notice.
Okay.
That means we are not going to warn you because you are not in compliance, so you just come to the Commerce Ministry, we place the fine that you need to pay to government revenue.
Oh wow! So for that you have to pay a fine. Then
yeah, we fine you. The first offense we fine you. The second offense, if you still continue, we revoke your license and close the place.
So all of these entertainment centers we have around here in the country, they are licensed to operate.
Before you do business, you have to have your business registration. Before you do business in the commerce, the law says you must have business registration. So you must have business registration before you can do your business. That is the ground rule to start a business. So if we invite you, even though we've gone through our inspection, but the first thing we will ask for is your business registration. That's why the fact that we did our inspection, we will ask you for your business registration, read the law that you violated, and fine you. Okay. Because we already did surveillance on you. That's what we did to the unwholesome product. We did surveillance on the market. We discovered who were the major importer, who are the major player, and we put them in segment, the major importer, the smaller importer. So we were able to know this person breaking this person breaking this. Now how we start the ball rolling. So we have to do it to every entertainment center. We tell them that, look, this is not the way to go. So if you know that you have an entertainment center and you allowing child under 18 years to always go and purchase alcohol from your place, you need to stop now.
You know, the kind of business that seems to be growing in Liberia is this whole entertainment business. Every area has 2 to 3, 4, 5 different entertainment centers. So if they're registered business, then I think the government is making money out of that, which is a good thing. But you're saying here that if you're under 18, you can be a waitress or you can be a bartender at any entertainment center.
Not even go to purchase.
And you're not supposed to go there to purchase. So your ministry is having people, inspectors around. So your inspectors are out in the field during the night hours?
Yes, we do surveillance. So when we discover, we are not going to tell you. We observe, we get information, and it's the same like we did to the unannounced inspection. We just go, you won't know that we are inspectors. We sit, monitor you, know what you're doing, get information, and we will get the facts. So as long as we get the facts, once you close, we will put lock on your door. And you can't break that lock, because if you break the lock, then that means you have increased your penalty.
Okay. So besides your inspectors going to, watch these people or owners of entertainment centers, do you get information from the public also that there is this entertainment center in our area where teenagers are waitresses and bartenders, and where teenagers go to purchase alcohol?
Yes, we got a call the ending part of the year, but we went there, we discovered that it's like they clean the track. Okay. So this time around, that's why we say the work is not about us only, it's about the entire public. So if you know that you have an entertainment center in your community and you know that the person using an underage child as bartender, or always selling liquor to them, or allowing them to go sit in an entertainment center and consume alcohol, you just place the call to the Commerce Ministry, we will come there.
Do you have numbers people can call?
Yeah, we have our number. Our hotline is 0776 512224. 0776 512224.
Okay, so when you call that number, the Commerce Ministry will, your office will take charge of that, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Before we go further into all of what you have for us, the public, in the coming year, let's go back a little bit. You took over last year, and the name Josephine Davis became a household name in the country. You like to catalog some of the things you did, and how are those businesses doing now because of your inspection and exposure to the Liberian public?
Well, when we started last year, it was kind of tedious, because new job. You have to put yourself in a job. Like I tell people, I say I have passion for what I do, and I want to have passion for. I feel so good in my bed, lying down, and just thinking that my mind reflect on a warehouse that has saved life. I feel so good when I lie down, think about it. So when we started, it was kind of tedious because we didn't know the terrain. We have to understand the terrain to know who is who bringing this and who bringing that. So we started with our own announced inspection. Usually we go in the market to the auction children. Okay. That's where I started from the wheelbarrow. So when you check in the wheelbarrow, you see that everything there is updated. It lost a date, then you know say something wrong somewhere. So I started asking them, look, I want information. Where you get anything from? I want to have party for my kids. I want to buy enough, and that's how we're getting the information. So we started with our own announced inspection. The reason why we started with own announced inspection, because the moment you put it on air and we're going to announce it to the public that okay, the business people will be checking for expired product, they will hide it. Sometimes they will take it out and carry from one point to another point, and you'll be running behind it. So we took them by surprise. So we started with the own announced inspection, and not to just check for expired product. Your warehouse supposed to be neat and clean. The way you pack your goods in your warehouse supposed to be organized, because that food that people consume. You can't have a warehouse that is raining, the place dirty, the food, you clean the food and just put it on the shelf. Sometimes people don't have patience to just wash. Sometimes people hungry, they just go about opening the can and just eat. So you have to clean the goods. Your warehouse need to be tight. Your price tag need to be there. Business registration be posted to place that inspectors, when they come, they will be able to see that you doing business legally, a business register. Okay. So we started that, and we discovered that there are a lot of business were not in compliance. Wow. So we have to find them, call them, some of them find them, and our first unannounced inspection, we generated $1,227,971 Liberian dollars for government from fines.
Wow. Just from fines?
Yes, from March to June. Then in US dollar.
So when you talk about fines, these are people who were not registered or what? Or
some people business registration is not there. Some of them 1 year they have not registered their business. Some of them no price tagging. Some of them their warehouse is filthy. Some of them they have unwholesome product, huge quantity. Some of them the list go the list go on. So then the Liberian dollar we generated 69,350 Liberian dollars.
Liberian dollars or US dollars?
US dollar. US dollars 69,350 Liberian dollars. The US dollar, then the Liberian dollars is $1,227,971.
Wow.
Liberian dollars.
Just from fines.
From March, just from March to June.
Okay.
So then when we started, it's like when we finished with the announced inspection, we carry on the unannounced inspection. And we discovered that business were not also in compliance, because you know when you start something, the people feel that, oh okay, you're just joking, so you have to let fire on the back. So we found 70 businesses that were not in compliance. They had to pay, some of them they pay 1,000, some of them pay 1,500, some of them pay 138,000.
Are those big businesses?
Liberian, some of them are big businesses, because the businesses are divided into 3 categories. Okay. You got medium, large, and small. Okay. So as per your screen in the business, because the fine is already on the book. Okay. It's not something that we go manufacture. No. So when we look at a small business, we look at the fine on the book for small businesses. When we look at the fine on the book, we look at it for large and medium businesses. So
okay, so when people are registering their businesses, because we are very funny in this country, who determines whether the business is small or it's medium or it's large? Is it you or the person who's registering?
You go to the business registration, LBR. Okay. So if you say corporation, you know that it's a large business. Okay. When you say sole proprietor, we know that it's a medium business. Okay. So when you just get in a single individual running a business, we know that it's a small business. Okay.
Do you guys check, or the person just comes, I just go and register and tell you this is a sole proprietorship business, and then you leave me like that, or you do?
No, you have necessary document that you bring.
Okay.
And also we look at your importation.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, the way we know from. So then we have businesses that wrote us after we started the unannounced inspection, we have foreign corporation. Okay, these are people that we found. These are supermarkets and people that we found: Mukesh, West African Trade, Junko Water, Futa, Shakshu, Chitro and Son, Monaprix. These are people that wrote communication and telling us about their unwholesome product after we set the ground rules. Some of them were found, and some of them they saw that, okay, if the person can be penalized, if I go in a path, myself would be so.
Wait, let me make sure I understand. So these are businesses who with products they shouldn't be selling to the public, but because of your inspection, when you started with the inspection, they kind of got scared, and then they call you and said, look, we have these products that we know we shouldn't be selling on the market.
Yes. These are businesses that report themselves and tell us, look, we have this product here, it's not okay, so we want you to get rid of it. We dump like this, the 1 year we dump like 2 containers, 140 feet and 220 feet. We dump unwholesome product. The entire onion was messed up. It was a whole container, 20 feet. We dump a whole container of pig tail.
Wow.
We also dump a 20 feet container of mixed vegetable. That one was factory fault. So the company wrote us. We recalled the product from on the market. Everywhere that they distributed the product, we went there and get it out of the market and carry it to go dump it.
Wow. So, because this is the first time we're hearing of this, and since you took over, we're hearing that, you know, somebody listening can correct me if I'm wrong, but since I became a journalist, to hear that, you know, a company or a supermarket or a shop or a store reports itself to the government and say, oh, you know, we have wholesome products here when we want you to dump or we want you to get rid of it. So it means that if the government was not going after these people, if you were not, you know, doing this inspection, unannounced inspection, people wouldn't care. They will sell these things to the people, right? They will sell it to the public.
I think so, because it's like, because sometimes you ask them, why will you keep that kind of product in your place and you know that it's not good for people to eat? You say, oh, we forgot.
Really?
No, we forgot. And not only them reporting themselves, you go in the supermarket, you see extra shelf where goods have 1 month expiration date on it, 1 month to expire. They have extra shelves, they put their goods on and just give it out for PCO. So they also do that too. They also clean the shelves.
They've started doing that now because of your inspection?
They started doing it since last year when we started.
Okay, so are you still inspecting these?
We still doing that. So most of the time they will come because they will tell us, look, we have product in our place that lost the date. So we pack it, and when you go there, because when they send the communication to my office, I myself go there and do inspection on the entire warehouse, to see whether that all you declare.
Okay.
Yes. So
also they have to do a declaration, right?
Yes, they would give you the listing of product that lost the date. Okay. So when you go, your responsibility now, you have to do due diligence. Not because they give you the letter and tell you, say, okay, this is it, then you see not for sale, then you think that all you're supposed to do thorough inspection on the whole warehouse to know whether all the goods they have packed together to show you. So once they give that communication, we go there and do thorough inspection. When we see that, okay, the person is saying the truth, or this is why have lost it, that lost the date, then we take it out from there. So we're not just taking your letter and just get the goods out. No, we do inspection on you. Then we confirm it and say, okay, these are the goods that lost the date. So these are companies, and they are big companies that are complaining themselves. Then the second quarter, we just got through with the tier. We're still working on the third quarter. We've got through with the second from July to September. We find 500 businesses. The first quarter we found 500 businesses. 350 was price tagging. 150 was some of them no business registration. Some of them their warehouse is not neat. Some of them expired product. Some of them the way they pack the goods in the warehouse, it was not okay. Some of them dented can. When the can is rusty, once the sardine is rusty, you're not supposed to put it on the shelf. You're supposed to take it out. And you're not just supposed to chunk it away, you're supposed to write us, especially when it's in huge quantity.
Okay.
So when the can is dented, we call it dented, when it's rusty,
Okay.
it's not supposed to be on your shelf. So if customer go by and see that can is rusty, they call us, we will come there too. Because you're not supposed to, that one you're supposed to monitor all the goods on your shelf. Make sure you clean your shelf, because we also tell them that it's good for you to clean your shelf and make sure what is on your shelf is okay for consumption. So the second inspection we started from July to September. We generated 338,520 Liberian dollars. Then United States dollar, we generated 20,070 United States dollar. And it's the entire country. Grand GDL was 90,915 Liberian dollars. US dollar was 450. Grand GDL and River G was 142,410 Liberian dollars. Absolute 22,250 Liberian dollars. For me, $35,026. Raw mozzarella is 7,520 Liberian dollars. Grand basil is 10,000. So the total was 238,000. And we also do our in-house activity. We conducted 2 days refreshment for rural county inspectors on inspection, the proceeding and reporting format, because we have to tell you how to because when you go out there, you give citation to people, you state why you give the person citation, why you summon them. So we teach you how to do the format and how to do the reporting, especially for the rural inspectors. Okay. We conducted 3 days in-house training for more than 26 urban inspectors on general inspection guide. Like when you're going out, we have to conduct inspection. We have to train you. We have to have a workshop, tell you what to do, how to be polite, what to look for, how many hours you're supposed to do inspection for on our premises, because you need to incorporate. It's a huge work, because they don't radically walk from one point to another. So if you just waste all the time on one business, the first thing you look for business registration, you check the price tag, you go in a warehouse to see whether it's tally, look at the goods. So we also teach them the enforcement exercise on fees and fines. People who are in violation and you give us time to pay, you are not responding, we send inspector out to ask you why you are not paying. If we discover that you're doing business and now you want to pay, we will close your place down until you can make the payment. Then inspection on warehouses in Freeport. We have inspectors in Freeport that go beyond continuum, that also do inspection in the various warehouses, like the rest warehouse, different warehouse, cement warehouse and things. Because you're not supposed to take rest and put it in a cement warehouse. You're not supposed to take flour and put it in a cement warehouse, because that chemical, the dust get on it.
Is that something that was happening before?
Yes, it was happening. Your floor need to be clean and neat, especially when you're bringing ship in. Your floor need to be clean, your warehouse need to be clean, because the dust on the floor, that's sickness. So when you get on the food, it's not okay, because not too many people can wash their rest. Some people is hungry, they just dump the rest in the pot. So if you got cement,
only wash it one time.
If you got cement and rest in one warehouse, it's dangerous. So we have to make sure do inspection and make sure cement warehouse one place, warehouse one place. So we do inspection on warehouses in the port. We also monitor and collect trade activities on statistics, like the IPD. When somebody import and they carry the price up, we get your IPD. We're not going to ask you, say, okay, give me your import permit declaration. No, we already get a copy of your IPD. Okay. So what we do is that we look at the time you import that goods, look at the amount you pay for the goods, look at the country you imported the goods, look at your overhead, your cost that you spend, then you price the goods. So we also get information on that too. So
what do you do in that instance?
Like a company inflated the price for egg. That's how we got them. We got the IPD. We just went to the IPD, look at the IPD, discovered that they bought it for little or nothing and it's escalated the price, and that company paid 25,000 United States dollar. That was first offense in government revenue. So there's nothing to compromise, because all the money you stole from the public, you have to pay it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have businesses that were found that pay, some of them outstanding, some of them still paying. And we also have businesses, the second inspection, that also inform us about the unwholesome product. They are big businesses too, so far so good.
Okay, so when you get you just take out the unwholesome products and then you dump them somewhere.
When you inform us about your product, the first thing we do, call it land agencies and ministry.
Okay.
You have MCC, who is responsible for dump site, who's supposed to carry dump truck. They will bill you. They quantify the product to see how many trucks they need to carry out. They find the process the fees that you need to pay, because they have the dump site. Okay. MCC use excavator to dig that huge hole that people will not go there to get the product out.
So you pay for that.
So you have to pay for that.
Okay.
So then Justice is responsible for protection, security.
Okay.
EPA will tell you, look, this is a contaminated product. The environment is not safe for us to dump it. MCC, let's check another dump site. Then the Commerce Ministry is also responsible to make sure that all the goods that you show to us, or we cut you away to get it out, make sure escort it to the dump site. So the federal land agency, once we about to dump, all the land agencies will go there and see the product, take their own information, because they have to go report to the owner bosses too. Because you have the health ministry, they have inspector general, you have the EPA to have people there, and all of this.
So all of this costs money. Who pays for
the business person?
The business
if you report yourself in, if you inform us and tell us, say, look, I have expired product in my warehouse, MCC look at the cost and reduce.
Okay. But when you
even though you pay, but when you are caught, there is no mercy. You're going to pay everything. Okay. 1 cent will not be taken off from that.
Great. I'm attracted to what you said earlier. You talked about your inspectors in the counties. Whether we like it or not, if you're not paying people a lot of money, and what you do, the inspection, they're inspecting businesses. I hear you talk about them, walking to far distances where businesses are to inspect them. How confident are you? Do you pay them well? How confident are you that government will generate the needed revenue when these people are not paid properly?
Well, when we took over, like I said, the government inherited huge deficit. So from our work, government know that we play a major role generating money. Inspectors is paying $100. You can't allow an inspector to go inspect a multi-million-dollar company and you pay him $100. Yeah, so usually what I do is to motivate them and tell them that things will change. The government is having a challenge, but we know that as time go back, government will improve, because government know that you are into the revenue. So you have to be patient, and also you have to be sensitive, because we have our brothers and sisters who fight in here. If you just close your eyes because maybe you want something and compromise, who knows, it will go right in your house and you'll be eating the same thing that you close your eyes on. Absolutely. So what we need to do is to do it well. Government seeing you, government watching you, government know that you're doing well. So keep doing what you need to do, and
things will get better.
Things will get, yes.
Okay, but that is great. I see your I see here businesses that were fined during the unannounced inspection. You have a list of them here, so it means that you guys go back, right? I see Abijale and Azad Trading Company. The shortage of wholesome and expired products, they were fined at 35,000. Fuani Brothers violated the competition law.
Section 5.
Okay, they were fined 25,000. Jungle Water, 30,000. This is all US dollars. And then I see 3-Star Business, 5,000. What is this? Scooty, what did they sell?
They sell wholesome food.
Okay.
The storage facility was not decent.
This is huge. If you're selling food and then your storage facility is very indecent, you find them $2,000 US. You got raw frozen food, selling 15 cartons of unwholesome products. So this is what happened last year, right?
Yeah,
you find them 5,000. Then even though these businesses that I just called were fined during the unannounced inspection, you announce inspection. Right after the unannounced inspection, businesses that were fined during the announced inspection, even though unannounced, you find people and then you announce that you're carrying out inspection, and then still some businesses were still misbehaving.
Yeah.
Wow. So I see. Let me see the businesses. Even though the inspection was announced, we see here business number 1, frozen food. What is this? BR2.
Branch 24.
Oh, okay. Frozen food, branch 24 is. Oh, okay. Fresh frozen food. So these are the names of those businesses.
Yeah, these are the names of the businesses that
they call it business frozen food.
Yeah,
branch 24.
That one company, so they got branch 1.
Okay. Okay. Frozen food, branch 3, branch 24, 65. That's $68,000 Liberian dollars, right? Okay, fresh frozen food, branch 3, 1,500. These are all what, US?
Yeah, like US dollars.
US dollars, 1,005. Each matter, what is that?
Building material.
Okay, building material.
Yeah, it's a Liberian company.
So you find them $100 for what were they doing?
And they had like 8 cup of pain that was unwholesome.
Okay, so you find Liberian businesses also. Okay. When what did
the Chinese company?
What do they sell?
They sell like the Chinese market.
Okay. So what you find? What
they never have price tag.
No price tag. They just sell it anyway they want to sell it. So it's incumbent upon every business owner to have a price tag on their
because you don't want the customer to be thinking about the price, then you inflate the price. Well, you know that it's supposed to be $50, then you tell them $100.
So going forward, all of them should have price tag, right?
Price tag on the goods.
Okay. These anyway. They got raw frozen food here also, 58,000 Liberian dollars. For what?
Raw frozen is the same. The place was not neat.
Wow. So it's like most of these. What is this? Yeah, berry shop.
This one is very billing and is electronics.
$300 US. CCA hair care. Oh, hair care. Also the beauty salons and all are.
You can use product that is already damaged on customer hair.
Wow. I see a shortcut. What is that?
Another business, they had huge amount of pin in a place and they didn't get rid of it, so we found them.
Wow. Yeah, GB Business Center, Morningstar Business Center, M Camara. Then they have Amrata Trading, Camara Business Center, Sunshine Used Cars. The used cars people, what do you find them for?
Yeah, used car, you don't have price tag on your place, so your car is supposed to have the amount on it. You can't be selling car and be guessing the price.
Okay. Then we got God Foundation Enterprise and God Foundation. You in that kind of thing, you put God in here, 21,000 was Liberian dollars. Wow. So my thing is with these people, they heard about the unannounced inspection, and you find people a lot of money during for the unannounced inspection, and then you came back to the public and said, we're announcing an inspection, we're coming around to inspect, and still these people did not care to do the right thing.
Yeah, that's why your eyes need to be open. You can't sleep because the business people, they go to think that okay, she's sleeping, so you have to be on your guard. Okay,
so then during the year on the review, supermarkets that wrote your office and telling you that they had expired goods.
Yeah,
that was good on their part, because you pushing them, and so they say, okay, let us tell them these are the businesses. I'm going to call their name, Fwani Brothers. What is it? Mukesh
Shopping Center.
Mukesh Shopping Center, Supply West Africa Trading, Jungle Water Group of Investment, Futa Corporation,
Shakshu Center.
Oh, that's Shakshu?
Yes, Shakshu.
On Randall Street?
Yes.
Okay.
Teacher and so.
Monoprix Supermarket.
Max Line Limited.
Max Line Limited, Abijada Supermarket, Era Supermarket, Exclusive Supermarket, Frozen Food. So now these people did these things during the year on a review. Going forward, are you waiting for them to come to you to tell you we have unwholesome product, or are you still doing inspections?
What we do, we like for the Frozen Food, we go every month to inspect. Because if somebody will bring in maybe like 10 containers, we have to take the date, the time, the Frozen Food lost the date. So we get a date and time. So once the time approaches, maybe you got 2 months and you bring maybe 1,000 cartons of that product, and we know that you got 2 or 3 more months for you to lost the date. We start monitoring it and telling you, look, you got to get rid of it. You got 3 more months or you got 4 more months. Okay. So when we see the quantity is closer and you can get rid of it, definitely we're coming for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So do these people come to you? How do you know that I brought this, huge quantity of
your
goods?
IPD.
Okay, so you are checking all of the
IPD.
Minister
for Trade and Commerce there.
Okay.
We get the IPD from the port to know how much container. So once you bring in the Frozen Food, the container, we know how much container you bring in the country because we have your information.
Okay, so what is this news about the pig foot, pig foot, or pig feet, any kind of way we can call it?
Oh, okay. This document, we received the document last year, December, the middle part of December, from the European Union delegation, Republic of Liberia. They wrote us, and they wrote the Health Ministry too. This is the document they sent to us.
Please speak to the mic.
This is the document that we received from the European Union.
Okay.
The Director General for Health and Food Safety, telling us that there is a full-blown outbreak suspected to caused by pig feet from Netherlands. So when they told us that this pig feet had a full-blown disease, it's a poison. So the first thing when we got the communication, because we know all the importers, so the list I gave you, you can, that list right in front of you right there. No, the next one right there.
This one. Okay.
This one, yeah. So we started going from co-room to co-room to make sure who all brought this. And we check, some of them got it from Sweden, Belgium, Poland, Spain, Russia. And one company that got it from Netherlands, so we raised the red flag that hey, you got this from Netherlands. So for the fact that the information comes from Netherlands telling us that the pig feet have a full-born outbreak disease in it, then we have to close the warehouse. You cannot sell this. So we closed them. They brought like 2,744 barrels for the year 44. And it's around 8 to 9 containers. So we close the warehouse. Up to now the warehouse is still closed. The Health Ministry to doing the inspection. We're waiting to see the result from that inspection, but they are not allowed to sell that. We monitor the warehouse 24/7. We know that they're not able to break the lock.
So you put your lock there?
Yeah, we put our big. We have a very big lock. You can't break it. It's not possible that you break it. We took the total information on the feed, the pig feed, so we know how much is in there. So from last year December, this month making it 3 weeks now that we quarantine our product, and it's not going to get on the market for the fact that it comes from Netherlands.
So what are you doing with it? Are you testing to know whether it has...
Health Ministry also doing the testing too, so we're waiting. But for the fact that it comes from Netherlands, it is a red flag. So it's pig food. Everybody eats salted pig food. So if you get information from European Commission telling you that look, this pig feed it has a full-born outbreak disease. It caused by pig feed. So from Netherlands, you look right here, you see all the countries that they supply. They supply Denmark, France, Germany, Ghana, Greece, Hong Kong, Ireland, Italy, Malta, Monaco, Oman, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Spain, Taiwan. Every one of them dumped that product because they got to know that it was contaminated. It had food poisoning in it.
Okay.
for the
So
fact
all the
that this-
countries that
all the countries that they supply this
that
food
the
to,
Netherlands
you
supply
can see,
them, okay.
yeah, you can see the information here. They list the country that they supply.
Okay.
So once it's from Netherlands, they dump everything. So we have only one company that brought that from Netherlands. So we cannot allow them to put it on the market. So what we did, we quarantine the product, and it's under quarantine right now. As the last,
What is it? You're doing a test on, to show whether it's okay for human consumption, or you're going to eventually dump it because it comes from Netherlands.
And we will end up, because once you, because we don't know which one of the company, but the company, we don't know which one of the companies they outbreak, because they have a lot of companies in Netherlands. But for the fact that the European Union will send all the copy and telling us they speak fish from Netherlands, and other companies, other countries dump their own,
they dump all of the pig feed
all
from
of the
Netherlands.
pig feed, then it means that we have to do the same thing too.
Okay. All right. My guest is Madam Josephine Davis. She's the Commerce Inspector General of the Republic of Liberia. I'm going to open up the lines now for you to. She was just giving us a review of her work.
And that's why I always stress, we need our laboratory to be up to standard. Seriously.
Are you working on it? Is it something
we are working on it, but we need it to be up to international standard.
So why is it not yet up to
because
international standard?
we just took over, and we didn't know that the laboratory was not up to international. Even though we're doing 69 testing, but they're just for water. But we're talking about rice. You have to do testing on rice before you come on the market.
Okay.
You have to do testing on a various commodity before you come on the market. Like you see this outbreak. So you need chemical, you need the machines to do it. We also we already get technicians that has the expertise in that area. So we really need that national standard lab to be up to date, because it will help us. Vast majority of our people are poor people. You tell somebody now, say the pig take care. Persons I will feed that they think they won't also buy it. But once you do the testing
and the people who brought it,
and the people who bring it in, they're
looking for money.
They're looking for money.
Business people.
They're business people. So they don't want to know what the supplier do testing on it or not. But once you have a national standard lab that is up to international standard, before they bring the goods in, they bring sample, we do the testing. Once it's okay, we allow it to go on the market. It's also necessary. It is in our job.
Sure. Really. So are you guys working on the lab?
We are working on it.
Or
we are working on it.
Okay.
We are working on it.
All right. Let me take your calls for a few minutes, and then we'll wrap up this segment of the program. 0880-514-096. 0776-089713 are the numbers to call, and you'll be live on the Bumper Show talking to the Commerce Inspector General. Hello? Yes? Oh, okay. The people who report that themselves? Okay, she's taking down note, and then she will respond to you to this one now. Hello. How are you, sir? Go ahead.
always checkmate as you do it. Thank you, our leader.
Thank you also for being a part of the program. Let me take this one. Hello. Hello. You're live. Go ahead, please. Okay, let me hear your response to that, Madam Davis, because I know they have the, like health regulatory
yes,
body
for
that.
For drugs or health related issue, like somebody selling unwholesome drugs to the public, the health ministry has inspector general. So and labor ministry have inspector general, transport ministry have inspector general. So the drugs, when it comes to drugs, the drugs not fall in my TOR. That's why they have inspector general to do inspection on drugs on the market. Okay. So it's not in my purview to do drugs.
Hello. Yes, you're live. Go ahead. Okay. Thank you also for being a part of the program. Hello. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Thank you also for calling to this one. Hello. Yes, sir. You're live. Go ahead, please. You're live. Go ahead, please. Okay. What is your question? Whether they're gonna hello? Your question is whether they're focusing on all of the goods coming from Netherlands. He's up the line. I don't know whether you understood his question because I'm not sure I understood that question. But if you understood, then you can respond to him.
I think the question he wanted to ask is that.
Go ahead, I'll take that call after.
I think the question he wanted to ask is that only the pig feet are coming from Netherlands are what we're focusing on. The report already they sent a report to health ministry.
Sorry, I had you off mic. Sorry. Go ahead. Please that. Okay, you're responding to
yes,
this.
I think he wanted to know whether only the pig feet are coming from Netherlands are what we're concerned about. Yes, because the communication came to us from Netherlands, the European Union, and it also was written to the health ministry and they give us copy of it. So for the fact that they raised an issue with a pig feet from Netherlands has full-blown outbreak
So your focus is pig feet on the market, and anyone who took pig feet from Netherlands, you're going after.
Yes, so we did that investigation and discovered only one company imported from Netherlands.
Okay, so you look
And
at
that
all
is
of those who
all-
are importing pig feet in
Yes.
Liberia.
So all of the place that they supply the pig feet from, they dump everything.
All the other countries dump
there.
them.
Yes, so
All right, I'll take 2 more calls and then I'll come back to Madam Davis to wrap up. Hello. Hello. Yeah, go ahead, please. So, the publisher for what now? I don't understand. Let me take my final caller, then maybe the Inspector General will talk about that. Hello. How are you? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, kudos to you for calling also. Thank you so much. You're my last caller. Sorry, I'm not taking calls anymore. Our time is up for this segment. Let me come back to you because I hear people talking about, you know, these businesses. You should put out the names of these businesses. What Madam Davis has brought here is the names of those businesses you dealt with during the course of last year. And if people are, you know, in a habit of, you know, storing goods, in the business of having unwholesome products, is this something that you have to tell the public, or is it something you keep from the public?
Okay, like for example, like this and pig feet.
Mm-hmm.
The Commerce Ministry releasing a press release on it because the public need to know.
Okay.
It's a full-blown outbreak on this pig feet. So the public need to know it's not something to be hide. It's, you know, in a point. The businesses that is not in compliance, it's the thing is not open secret. When we started exposing businesses, people got to know who all was not, who all was selling unwholesome product. So most of the time when we find business you are not in compliance, not something for us to publicize our business people. Except when in the case you go do unannounced inspection, then I catch you doing something, then I mean everybody gotta know what you're doing. Like the Mokech, he has alcoholic beverages, and the feces water from on the other apartment were falling on the alcoholic beverages, and they were cleaning it to sell. So the first thing you do is, do you know how many persons have bought that? So it's to call attention. Like the 3-star business center, they have huge quantity of unwholesome product. So to give the public awareness to know, look, the place you come in to buy, they have huge quantity. So if you're having some in your house, you need to get rid of it. So these are places where you go, you do live for people to know what they are eating, to know what they bought from them. But when we catch business that is not in compliance, like price tag, do we have to go publicize your name, or we catch businesses that don't have business registration? No.
Okay. So going forward, on your parting comments now. So I heard you talk about, you know, in the coming this year now, you'll be focused on, you know, entertainment centers and what else?
It's not only entertainment center like building material store. You can't tell somebody say this thing will last for 6 years, then the person buy the thing. You tell them this is quality, give them guarantee. They go put the zinc under the house, then in less than 2 months the zinc get rusty. No, it cover every sector, but the one that is very eating the fabric is the entertainment center. Like we abolish the expired product. We have to abolish children under 18 years going to entertainment center, taking alcohol, going there to chill, and the owner of the entertainment center lying there, closing the eyes, not seeing it. We have to put our feet to the fire and make sure that it stops. So it's not only that we have a bit like Duca Flare. You can't tell somebody say this is grade A, they go buy it, so we are. We got a consumer debt there. You go to your company, we send inspectors and ask you which one of the grade you sold to the person. You tell the person and they put in our grade C, and as per our law, they say you should bring grade A, B, and C. You told them our grade C, and you sold and told them that grade A, and they open it to a flare and nothing could come from that. You have to sit down with the person and discuss, because they are your customer. Somebody can buy a shoe and everything inside. That's also we are tell them say this is grade A or grade B. Then they go to
what do you do? What do you do then?
We
you find them. Do they refund the money?
They give the real one to them. Sometimes the business will tell you, say, okay, we'll get them another one, and open it. The person will come and tell us, say, oh, they want to give me a good, or they tell you, say, okay, we'll pay the money back, or we'll pay half of the money because the person have sold some of the goods. So we also do that too.
Okay. Thank you so much for accepting to sit with us, Madam Davis. We highly appreciate. Madam Davis is the Inspector General, Commerce Inspector General of the Republic of Liberia. She's been our guest on this segment of the show. Let's take this break, and then shortly we'll usher in the head of the Liberian Business Association. So you took over the...
That's good. Begin at tonesliberia.com.
So James M. Strother. Welcome. He's the president of the Liberian Business Association. Welcome to the Bumper Show. And thanks for accepting our invite to sit on this program.
Thank you to you.
How are you today? Happy New Year.
Wish you the same.
How has it been entering 2019?
Oh, it is a great time. It's also a challenging time to be able to work for our people.
And I'm thinking that you like challenging times, right?
The best thing a man would do, a man who have a thinking cap will always love challenges to be able to work with that.
Okay, that's great. So, LIBA is not today's institution, but you just took over LIBA, like how many months now?
I think roughly 6 months.
Okay.
We have 6 months.
6 months now. Great. You're not far from the CDC-led government.
No.
So the CDC-led government took over the leadership of this country like almost a year now. And right after they took over the leadership of the country, you months later took over the leadership of the Liberian Business Association.
Right.
How has it been?
LIBA is good. What we need to do is to work with our people to understand the reason why LIBA exists for the Liberian people. So we have been doing consultation over the period of time since we took office. And
can you come a little bit closer to the mic? Okay.
We have been doing consultation over the period of time since we took over.
Okay.
And bringing back our people, sensitizing them to know exactly why the institution was established.
Okay, good. Sensitizing them to know why the institution was established. Why, in fact, was LIBA established?
Okay, to give you a brief history of LIBA, LIBA established since 1993.
Okay.
And acted into law 2002. The sole purpose of LIBA was to protect the interests of the indigenous Liberian businesses, to lobby on their behalf, create programs to build their capacity, interact with banks to make sure they get credit facility to be able to do their business. And so, over the period of time, these information that have been given to the people to know exactly what is the reason why the institution has established. Basically, people take LIBA to be area of loan. That's why you get the only loan you can get to LIBA. No, that is not the reason. LIBA is there to protect the interests of the Liberian-owned businesses.
When you talk about protecting Liberian-owned businesses' interests, what do you mean?
This
is Liberia.
Yeah.
Where if you're a business person, you live in Liberia, you should make business if you want to make business. So what is that interest that you protect, and against what? Why do you protect my interest? I'm a Liberian and I'm a business person.
Even if you're a citizen of a country, you still need somebody to protect your interest. That is policy-wise.
Okay.
Sometimes policies are made that it's not in the interest of its own citizens.
Okay, so the government makes policies, maybe sometimes not in the interest of the people. So LIBA will
come in, and this is why we have the responsibility to work along with the government in making sure that the policy made for the people is good for them.
Okay. Okay, so sometimes policies are even made in favor of the people, but those policies are not actualized. So you are there also make sure that the government actualizes.
Laid by the promises made to the people.
Promises are made to the people. That's great. So you've been in in the leadership for like 6 months, according to you. What have you been up to?
Actually, like I said, the past 6 months we have been engaging our people and also drawing out the plan. Because part of our responsibility is to bring up programs that will benefit our people. We took office, we will not just jump into the street and start to talk what we do not know, so we have to sit down and do a plan for like 5 years. I've been working on a strategic plan that can lead the Liberian people, changing their minds and attitude over the period of time to be able to see that we can get the kind of a Liberia that the president envisaged. Because I want to leave her with the interest of a speech that the president made at his inaugural program.
Okay.
That said,
is that what enthused you to
enthused me because I'm a businessman, but virtually I'm a businessman.
Okay.
But when I heard the president saying that Liberians will not be a spectator in their own economy, that alone, and it was just in the period of the campaigning period for LIBA, those businessmen that can go over to see how best they can take the institution forward. Because the institution have been played with over the period of time, political sides and what the situation was. So when he spoke that English, then I moved on to say that then we can start to work now to make sure his dream come to pass. So we must put everything that we know that can change the state of our people.
Okay.
So since I took over for the past 6 months, we have been working on plans to see that we engage the government constructively to make sure that our people change their lifestyle and see the economy that present we are envisaging be able to be actualized.
Okay, this is a government. We've had previous governments. The people who own the government, or the people own the government, but those who run the government or politicians make promises. And when they make those promises, when it sounds good in the ears of the people, sometimes they forget that they made such promises to the people. You are working along with the government because you have you're the president now of the business people in Liberia. So what has been your relationship with the government to make sure that the president's statement or comment relative to Liberian businesses is actualized?
T, let me just say something to you. I think I will speak for the government I'm working with right now. I would not be able to talk. I would not be able to talk a previous government.
No, I was just trying to talk that politicians
but
make
for
promises.
This government, I believe in the president.
Okay.
Because I believe in him because if he says something, you want to live by what he has said to people.
Okay.
I believe in him. The reason I say I believe in him because when you want to know who a man is, when he is speaking to you, it is not what he's saying out of the mouth, but watch the wisdom of what he portrayed to you.
Okay.
So I believe in people who speak for their people, who are concerned about people growth and their interests, their livelihood.
Okay.
So when you talk about it, nobody need to tell you or remote you to say something. But when you speak from your inner self, that you you feel for your people. You can see the action in the speech of a person than when somebody is making rhetoric. But I believe in every word he said. Even of recent, we were opportune to go to Egypt, to go on a trade fair. Liberian government supported Liberian businesses going out there to showcase their product at a trade fair. Okay. That trade fair was one of the biggest of all that have taken place in the world. African trade fair, where the African Union was like saying that African countries should come together, work together, buy from each other, build each other up before we start going back to the other world. So that trade fair was actually blessed by our government to send Liberians go in there to showcase their product, Liberian own made product. And believe me, you not believe I saw people that started to say, okay, can I get an order? Can I put in my order for you to be able to send me no goods? You understand? So that alone, when I was coming back, when I was on the flight, I was like, yes, if the government can do this, if the government can support its people, then obviously we are living from one stage to another stage. So right now, what we are doing right now, LIBA has decided to launch a program. We should be coming on this coming Saturday. Street sale, where you bring out Liberian-made product to an exhibition. People go in the market to buy the products. And then after a certain length of time when we have known how to do it, then we start to invite other countries to come to our show, our own trade fair. So we want to see how we can encourage our people to know that what they deal with is it got a value. We have to do the value change. So what we do is to engage government, constructive engagement, that, oh, this is what our people want. This is what we want to bring to the table. But you cannot be a leader that you cannot show out any plan that government can step into. Today, I have done the plan for 5 years, and I called the Minister of Commerce to do a presentation of what I have already to launch. And the presentation today, he was so impressed. He said, this is what we want. I said, yeah, because I have not been able to talk to you because I was working on my documentation to be able to show you something or to be able to show the president something that this is how we want Liberian people to be. The next 5 years, we should have a middle-class Liberian in this country. That people can boast that our economy is in the hands of our own people. So we have been working on the documentation. We have been creating programs that we will be bringing to our people. LIBA is not a LIBA yesterday, because yesterday people did not know the value of what they had. If people come together, and people put their idea together, they become powerful. But divided people cannot build a nation. So I just talked to somebody, chairperson on the committee, that we must put on all our logos, on our business, that buy Liberian, build Liberia. Let it be a sign. Just small part of your logo, just cross it over. I told the minister today, I said, in the long run,
Liberian,
buy
Liberian.
Yeah, buy Liberian, build Liberia. So when we do that, we Liberians will start to learn how to trade with one another. In that case, we will start to develop law for one another. But today, believe me, we do not want to see each other moving. If you want to be the crab mentality, we must learn to erase the crab mentality. I was surprised I went to visit, and I saw the labor who invited all of us, and we were telling some more visitors that went on that one-man ticket. Or when the guy came to the program, I look at the guy and say, is that the guy that paid for all the flights? They say, yeah. I said, damn it. Who is this guy? He appears so common. Believe me, he got money. And we went through that sanitation stuff because that is the kind of business I do. Okay. So we want to bring the same ideology to our people to unite. Go to Nigeria, see them.
Let me take you back a little bit. I heard you talk about trade fair. What does that mean? When I hear you say Liberian products, you have a trade fair where Liberians would come with their products. What kind of, are they, is it just any kind of product made in Liberia or what? No,
we are bringing to the market only Liberian made product. Things that were made in Liberia, not
we have
imported.
Things made in Liberia.
Oh yes, we got the agribusiness. You got the people cassava flour. They got different the pancana oil. They are all packaging them this time. Okay. And these are things that we're working with the government now to start to look for packaging factory to come into our country for our people to package their goods on an international standard. Even the doors, there are a lot of things. People made nails and all year now. They are all Liberian made. So all these different things they made in Liberia, we want them to bring showcase into the market. Because
is it all the dry goods or
they are both dry. No, not limited to dry goods. Even the designers, they are all there. Younger people, they are all there. rubber wood, chairs, everything will be coming on the street.
So the people bringing food also?
Food also. We call for people from all over the
planting.
country, everywhere. Once you produce it in Liberia, you bring it to the market. These are value change across.
So what is the market going to look like? Is it that you guys are going to take one street, or you have a space where you?
We are taking Asthma Street.
Okay.
From the pavilion, from the Central Bank to the Old Justice Ministry, right in the corridor in front of the Centennial Pavilion.
Okay.
Where you will see the canopy set all over the tables, and then people will be there the whole day from 8 o'clock to 5 in the evening.
What is the intent?
The intent is to see how best to bring our product to the market, what we do here, that you can have access to it, to know that these things are made here. Okay. When you go to the supermarket, other places, you see that Ghana producing cream, butter cream, and we can do some of this in there. You would not believe a lady is making tangerine, making oil out of tangerine. You know the one they call lemon? She make cream out of lemon, a Liberian lady. I've never saw that until I saw that in Egypt when she showed out that this was made out of that.
Wow.
Even she said she can make oil out of other kinds of orange.
Oh, wow.
So these are things that we need to help our people. All these kind of
mind you, those things when those kind of things that are made out of those good fruits, they're good for the body. They'll make your body look good, but we don't know about them, so you go and look for those hot cream.
People got talent.
Okay.
People got talent. So when we bring them to the market, if I know that I can make this, and I see my brother selling that, I will go to and start to perform that, and the talents will start to come out. But if you have nowhere to showcase these things, people don't know what you do, and nobody have interest to buy from you.
So the idea is to have a trade fair once a month?
Once a month, every last Saturday in every month.
Okay.
So the launching is on next Saturday, the last Saturday on the 26th of January.
Okay, so you're launching that, and then February, the last Saturday, we expect that people, and so you expect Liberians to turn out to come and buy
the product. We have even written all the ministries to tell all their workers, because the day all government offices are closed, let them come support their Liberian brothers and sisters.
Have you done that before?
We tested the process. That was the launching. We tested it during December, the 8th of December last year. We engaged the street, and we saw it. People who went to do their sale, they said, some people called back, they said, oh yes, I even make money today more than when I'm at my marketplace. So then we got to know that then I think this will be better. So we do a lot of publicity to make sure that people from all over the country come to the market.
Okay, so it's intended to showcase Liberian-owned products so that Liberians get accustomed to what is made in Liberia, and then we too can buy. What did you say? Buy Liberia,
build Liberia,
buy Liberian,
build
Liberia. That's good. Okay, so that is it for your trade fair, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the last time the president had this launch of a $3 million for small businesses. How involved are you with this whole process with the Ministry of Commerce and the LBDI?
Basically, we are working. Firstly, let me just say in the public manner to the president of Liberia, His Excellency President, we are very grateful for his talent in the young man who want to move the people from one stage to another. His contribution to the Liberian business, I'm very proud. Although we were not in the country, we have gone to Egypt, and when they did the launching at the red light, my Secretary General went there, and she represented LIBA. Let me just say something. People would not understand how I understand this business, how it works. Let's say, for example, I have 4 children in this house. I am the father. If you gave to my son, you have given me. LIBA is not the one that the custodian for money. LIBA is the administrative head for all the businesses.
Okay.
We must work with what government gave to bank for our people. All we need to do is work with commerce to ensure that this money that the president has given, our people are benefiting and changing their life. My only problem here is this. Government have been giving money over the period of time, and which of course we have discussed that, we have understood ourselves. The launching of the accelerator program for LIBA is to train Liberian businesses to business ethics. That when you are trained to know about 6-month training before we can start to see how we facilitate the access to finance. And in doing that, we're not just going to leave you alone. We're going to do or manage services that will be working along with. That is a fellowship. That is accountants from other colleges. We'll train them, we'll coach them to the principal that wanted to go to monitor you and your business, your inventory over the period of time. Sometimes we'll serve you for 2 years. After 2 years, you may like to take our accountant to work with your business, or you may not take him, you will come back to us. But at that time, our administration will feel that you are trained and you can move away. You'll be able to pay back your liability to the bank, and you will not be having that story that Liberian businesses cannot pay that loan. So we are asking all NGOs in this country that have come, that want to train our people, our business people, in agriculture, in different sectoral grouping. Please work along with LIBA. We can give you the kind of quality people that you want to work with. Because one of our responsibilities to work with international partners, international government, to get credible or entrepreneurs that you can work with. So don't just do consulting, go to this country and just create your own group and say you train them. Sometimes you train the man, but you don't capacitate the man. And then the man become more vulnerable. So come and work with us. When we train them, or when you and the training go on, we will also look for the assessing aspect to make sure that the man continue in life.
That's huge, though. So you want those NGOs, those partners working in the country to work along with you, and making sure that, you know, because that's what I understand also a little bit from what you've just said. Is it that they go and train people, and these people get the training, but they don't give them anything to make the business? Or is it that they give people money to make business, and the people are not trained, and so they don't know what to do, and afterward they can pay back?
Sometimes they train you and there's no money.
Okay.
Sometimes they give the knowledge,
okay,
but there is no money.
Okay.
We are saying our involvement to what you want to do is that when you train them, and we know that they are trained, they have gone through their discipline, what we want them to know, we can also, one of our responsibilities is to negotiate with the national bank and the commercial bank,
okay,
to access finance for our people.
Okay.
So when this man is trained and we are part of the process, and we know that this man is trained and the man can make it, he can take it from this angle, we also, one of our responsibilities to look for money for him to be able to do his business. So if you train me, and you also do not give me means of making business, it's no use for that training. It's just a waste.
Are Liberian business owners willing to be trained?
Oh yes, yes. The program today, the program that we are bringing on the table, because listen, it is not the first time leaders are giving money to Liberian businesses. You can tell me from the 80s, President Tubman make the money available. Today, there's no account for that money. It happened in 2005, 2013 with the 5 million or recent that you may know about. The way it was distributed, the way it was given to the people. Today, people cannot tell you, those that took the money, their names are in the banks. The banks tell that people cannot pay. But I have seen that the reason why people do not pay, everybody wants to do business. But do you know the discipline in business? So if we train them to the discipline, the ethics of business, before giving them the asset to finance, we think we'll be doing good for our people.
So that is what you are suggesting. That is what LIBA wants the government to do, right? Train people before giving them loans.
Yes.
So people must, you know, be...
LIBA is undertaking all the components that have to be incubator, because our project that we're about to launch, we want to have a training sector in all the counties.
Okay. That
we will train, because our plan is to train 450 Liberian business, 300 other small businesses, and the middle size, about 150 every year in Liberia.
Okay.
So when we do train them, we make sure go through all the discipline and make sure look for the access to finance and capacity them to start their business. So in the 5-year strategic plan, we have 2,250 Liberian entrepreneurs that can move the economy.
So your point is the government must work with you to make sure that these people who go through the training are the ones who have access to whatever, you know, loan government wants to give to them, because then you can be assured that these people are trained and they can do business, and then they can be able to pay back the loan, because
sure,
even if they pay back, then others can have the opportunity to
get the loan.
To get the loan.
Yes.
Okay, that is your strategy. What is the government saying about that?
I think
Minister of Commerce.
Yeah, the Minister of Commerce had no problem with that.
Okay.
He understood that. He said, yes, we're going to work with your plans. But right now, what they are doing is like, and I'm also in support, because basically, the guys that the government is dealing with right now are they're also going to bring them to us.
Okay.
These are the children along the street. They want to see how best to get them out of the system. With the 3 million, this is not much of, but it is enough because when God is in it, it's enough.
Okay.
The president makes sacrifices to make these things happen. So we know the intent of this is to build us up. So the program right now that is going on with Commerce Ministry, we are fully involved. We know exactly what it is, and it's working the way we all dream it to be. But if we must get to our bigger businesses across the country, this is some. Even I could have a business there, but I can't pay my loan. So what is the situation? So I need a top up to brush me up, and then before I can move it. Before if the bank will say, okay, we can invest another capital into this thing because you have been started to pay a loan, then we can start to move from there. But continue to pump the money and not see the return. There are some shortcomings, and we have seen that.
So LIBA is a national organization. What is your? Do you have, offices outside Monrovia?
We got chapters all over the 15 countries. We got representation in all the countries. They will call it coordinators in all the countries.
Okay. So these people also deal with you deal with other businesses in other parts
in all the countries.
How easy is it dealing with people from outside Montserrat County in terms of this trade fair that you're talking about? How will you get people from faraway counties to be a part of this?
What we are doing right now, we have given the messages all over to our coordinators around the country to make sure, bring out the people that even we discuss with the Minister of Commerce, we need a transportation to see how we can bring those out. We'll be waiting to come to the trade fair, and we are working on that. The Minister said he's going to see what he can do about it. So we are putting all plans together. Maybe this one all will not be available, but the subsequent time, everybody will start to come to it because people have gotten the idea, because it's like a new thing to them. So as we go on, people will start to know what is happening, and then we can get everybody. But for the road situation right now, we can't get people coming from way Grand G there, but we can see people coming from there to come and see what is happening, but not to bring their goods.
So why they will not bring the dry meat from Grand G there? Why would they not bring the
coconut
oil from Maryland County? And so because these are things we don't.
What are we doing right now? Because I see people in Monrovia that are producing the coconut oil that will be there. Most of them go to the southeast and come by the road, take a longer time to bring that coconut. Even to go to Bassa to buy coconut, they bring them out here to work with that. We are working with them. We know exactly what they go through. But with the situation, like I said, it's the beginning of everything. It will be going gradually, but we're going to make sure that coming April, we will start to go out there to the various counties with our county tour and getting the people mindset on what we should be doing.
Is this job an easy job?
Any job that has to do with people responsibility is not an easy job, but you have to be focused on what you want to do.
You have to be focused on what you want to do. So I know you've just taken over 6 months. I heard you talking about building the capacity of business owners so that you can be able to. So is it what's going to happen before you can start lobbying with the banks for people to get loans? Are you going to build that capacity before that can happen?
No, we cannot build the capacity before training you.
Okay.
6 months is not a very long time. This is what.
Building the capacity is training, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to train them.
We must train them before looking for the access to fund that. That is building the capacity.
Are you going to deal with people who are already in business, or I'm just here and I want to do business, and then I say, okay, Mr. Strother, I want to do business, so I want to get training. How is it going to
There are two categories that we're dealing with: the startup businesses and the business that is already in the gear that is moving. When you go there, you have to do a synopsis of what is the business is going, whether the business is going good, whether there is a shortcoming into the business. We do all the different information that we want to gather from that business. So if you fall in the category that we must give you some, mentoring, we must take you out and let you to come in. Let's say, for example, I'm in a business, but my business is, I've been in business for 4 or 5 years, but I'm not still seeing changes in my business. I'm also owing the bank, I cannot pay on time because there are all the differences. So we come and look at the business and see your whole book and know that there's some things that you need to build up. We can call you and tutor you on the way you're living.
I know you said this, the Liberian Business Law, the law that brought LIBA was enacted in what, 2000 and what?
2002. 93.
Yeah, you guys were established in 93, but it was enacted in
2002.
In 2002. From 2002 up to now, what is your relationship with the banks?
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, for Liberian businesses, for the few that are doing business, are dealing with the banks. I think what we do know is like people say Liberian can't pay their loan. Is the saying, but I believe that there are some shortcomings. This is what I'm trying to. But the relationship with the banks are okay, because the bank of LBDA is a bank that for Liberian businesses. So there are more Liberians that are in there, even other commercial banks. I see that Liberians are doing business there. But the question is, we want to build on, because it's generation change. So we should be planning for the one that coming after all, because it's every day people go to the business registry and register businesses, and we do not want to follow the same pattern. We want people to be well trained at school before you can start engaging in business. Because what we look at is not hand to mouth business that we're doing. You tell me I call myself CEO for a business, but at night at my house you can't even see current. But I'm a CEO for a business. And sometimes I can't even get food money home, but I'm still a CEO. What makes me a CEO that I can't ride a car with air conditioning, I can't live, I can't even take my family out on the holidays? But see the Liberian man, see the Indian guy who comes to the country as a store boy, he got all the immunity in jail. Not even the boss that he worked for. So what is the problem with us that we call ourselves bosses and we can live the life as a businessman? I went to Nigeria. I saw Nigerian young guys come here and they tell you, say, yeah, I'm the CEO. When he appears, you know that there's a CEO that come in. But it's another situation with us. What is our problem here is we had to work together. That unity is what we at LIBA today want to bring among the Liberian people. Believe me, we go extra mile right now. If you say, I can't get this, we'll go in there to see how we make you to be part of the process. When program is coming, we want you to go there and say, oh, you pay for your t-shirt. And we see that you want to be hesitant to pay. We sometimes take the initiative to make you just to be part of the people. You know, want to create that Liberians start to love one another. Believe me, if you start to love one another in the country, you're going to build this nation with the tongue of your eyes.
What is the difference between LIBA, Patel, LIBA, Patel? Do we have another? Are you guys, because I hear you talking about togetherness, are you guys under one umbrella, or you have, separate groups under, and maybe LIBA is the umbrella organization?
LIBA is the umbrella organization for all Liberian-owned businesses. We got different sectoral grouping within the business sector. Okay. We got people that are producing water, people that are in cement business, people that are in rice business, people that, different sectoral grouping, agriculture, construction, they name it. LIBA is the umbrella. So in the sectoral grouping, we got representation of heads. Okay. Like we put unify a group. Those are in the cement industry that do cement seal. We say, okay, you, the head for the cement dealer. So any activity from that group of people, any problem, let you be the one to liaise with the head of the LIBA. That is, you are direct deputy, principal deputy, representing the president of LIBA into that sector.
In that case,
yeah.
if like we're doing cement business and there are so many people, so many of us doing cement business, do we elect our leader to represent us at the level of LIBA, or is it LIBA who says,
No. They do their own election.
Okay.
We get an opportunity for the people to choose who lead them.
Okay.
And then when that is done, we register the person to be able to work with us, and you represent the people on our board.
Okay.
So when we discuss an issue, it's like everybody are participating in the discussion. This is a new dispensation that we're talking about. We bring every member of all our sectoral grouping to the table.
How many sectoral groupings do you have?
In actuality, we are about 23 sectoral grouping, because we got different diversified businesses that we do in the Republic.
Okay.
So we're even going down, like the new group that we're trying to bring out, those boys that sell the shoes that the Commerce Ministry is trying to put them together to be a more of a cooperative, to see that we move this thing that these guys will be having a straight unit coming back on a LIBA to be able to manage it. In that case, they will start to grow into the business, then training them to know exactly what business is all about. But for what they are doing right now, is from hand to mouth. They take it from Indian man, they sell, and they carry their money back, and they take it all want to eat. So that business cannot change the life of that man. So we are trying to get involved with that, create a grouping for them, through the Minister of Commerce, make sure that after that we bring them to LIBA to train them, then they can go bigger into the business.
So then what is Patel then?
Okay, let me just make you to understand the word, nomenclature is the reason why we are facing problems. The peddlers, that we call a petty trader, they are not Patel. The Patel is a patriarch entrepreneur of Liberia.
Patriotic entrepreneurs
of Liberia. And that group is comprised of all the sectors in the Republic. That group came to being when President Salih, we needed something for President Salih to do, when it closed, they sit it down, when they shut, they sit it down for the 3 days. We needed the government to come and be able to do A, B, C, D, and the government said no. So to engage the government, we must come from all our corners, all our sector, and group ourselves under one umbrella to be able to go after what we wanted to do.
So why you didn't go to President Salih then as LIBA?
No, I was not
as Patel.
Yeah, the reason was at that time LIBA had the leadership of LIBA had their own situation at the leadership level that gave disenchantment to other members of the institution that they were not liaising with them. But on the note of the chairman who was leading that, Patel, who is the president, went to LIBA office and even told the president then and said to him, we were going to do this and we just want to acknowledge you, this is what we the business people want to do. Okay, but because the rapport was not there, the control power to put them together was not there, so they let them to go on their own. So all the business people went in that group and made sure went to the government. So that group is like in the military, say Company D, the one that come along with the force to make sure things happen. That high low grade.
So does it still exist?
Oh, the group still exists. The group still exists. It's like I say, it's even
so
myself. I'm a Patel.
Yeah, so you're a member of Patel. You're the head of.
I have just
so
said
the
to
Company D is still there, right?
No, I have said to them. I just told the chairman for that organization. I told them we must dissolve this group now because the government today that we're working with do not need or reaction force standing somewhere to work with them. We all go to our various sectoral grouping that we came from, and you can be a chairman for that group, but not having manpower with you. Because we are not into that society anymore. We will start because my leadership do not call for any businessman to get in the street to put flag up. Let's engage the issue constructively. Let's engage the issue and make sure we get to the required institution that's going to solve our problem. They will solve it on the table. Then stand there and putting placards up.
Mr. Strother is the president of the Liberian Business Association. He's my guest this evening on the Bumper Show. I will open lines now for you to make your import. There is a trade fair. You listen to him. He took over 6 months now, and he has just, submitted a 5-year plan for his organization. You're in power for 5 years?
No, 4 years.
Okay.
You can repeat it. If the people want you to go.
Oh, okay, you can go back for a second term. Okay, so he has, presented a 5-year plan to the Minister of Commerce, the way he thinks LIBA should go. And there is this upcoming trade fair, you call it a trade fair.
Street sale.
Or street sale, where Liberian-owned businesses will go to showcase their products, that is products made in Liberia. So whatever is grown in Liberia, whatever is made in Liberia will be showcased, and it starts on the last Saturday of this month, and it will be happening every Saturday of every month. And the intent is to make sure that we Liberians know what is made here and how we can, how do they call it? Patronize Liberian-owned businesses. What is it? Buy Liberian,
build Liberia,
and build Liberia. So call us on 0880-514-096. Better still 0776-089-713, and you'll be live on the Bumper Show. So I don't have a caller yet. Let me come back to you again on this whole issue. I think this is very, very interesting. Did I hear you say that you guys, your intent now is to make sure, or has it been dissolved?
No, not yet.
Okay,
not yet.
So Presley is going to, you're going to talk to Presley.
We are in a discussion already.
Okay, that LIBA, Patel is dissolved, and then you guys can be, how do you call it? different
sectoral
groupings. So what does that mean now? How do you get the membership of LIBA? Because I'm selling rice, right? And we have all of the rice dealers have one person representing them at the level of LIBA. So how do you get the full membership of LIBA?
The issue is, as a business register on the Liberian Business Registry, on the money that you register your business and pay the cost as a Liberian business, you are part of LIBA. The reason why we group you is because the commodity that you deal with, we should have control mechanism in the commodity that you deal with. Let's take, for example, if we do not have a control mechanism, there is no leader there to tell you in that sector why you guys are trading. Everybody going to trade away. You see our economy today. You go there, somebody say, "Man, una 10 cent, ma 5 cent, man, una 25 cent." There's no stable price. We want this thing to stop. It's not affecting only the buyer, but it's affecting the entire nation.
This is not the first time you guys have had these sectoral
yeah, I agree.
So when I hear you say the reason why you have it that way is to make sure that you have control, then why have we not had control previously?
It's a simple matter, because there are other leadership do not focus on the integrated part of what we are discussing. Leadership that come to being, they got their own agenda, why things should happen. And again, when you take leadership, you must review the concept of why you are there and what our institution is established, what it has to do to protect the government, to help the government. Because if we do not have leaders in those sectors, because we are private sectors, that's the name of our organization, business people, private sector. The sector got its own sectoral grouping into the sector. So they got different commodities to deal with within that sector. So when we have a leader, let's say the gasoline seller.
That's why I was coming now. Yeah.
Let's say the gasoline seller. They go together and make a price. And then they come back on the market and put the price. All the stations say this is $400, $615, you have about a gallon of gasoline. It's across the table. Only those who violate the rules sell the gas on the call, maybe basically when shortages come about. But we must have the kind of a control mechanism in all our sectors. That when we decide to say a bag of rice is $10, we sell it $10. If we decide to say, okay, an orange bag or a grapefruit bag is $50, you must sell it $50. Even if I come to you and say, okay, how much you sell a grapefruit bag? Why you sell it $50? You must tell me say $50. Don't say 45 and try to spoil it, because both of you are buying the product and bringing it to sell and be able to move forward. You understand?
Is the transport union, those people who regulate the taxi drivers, are they under you?
No, yeah, they are part of the leadership, and we are getting there. The reason why these things are happening, we will be engaging transport ministry equally. We want to know who all got transport vehicle in this country. People register that vehicle as private vehicle. They come on the field, on the transport line, and take passengers and create the avenue to exploit people. We need to look at it. The police will also regulate that area. We got a lot to do in this country for the time we have in office, because there are a lot we need to help the government with.
Can you regulate that one? Is it something that you
it's
can
simple.
do? Because how simple is it? Because
let me just say something. Right? Policy have been our problem in our country. Policy. They got administrative policy, and our administrative policy made by our people to be a local. Sometimes we call it share policy. That if this institution is gone by social rules, I come here as a director, I will change how I want things to work. In order to develop country, it doesn't work like that. What you see on the table is what you're going to work with. But our country is kind of different. When you get in the area, you bring out your own rules, how you want things to work with you. And the policies are there. So if we learn to live by the policy by that institution that you work with, you will see that things will start to change.
So why do you change policies when you guys are guided by policies, right? LIBA, right? So why then another person comes and changes that?
It's not LIBA alone I'm talking about. And in totality of our country, our setting of our country, people are not living by the policy. Look at, I don't want to go straight into some, but look at the sector that I'm in today. They got municipality, they got their own rules in the sector. And there are policies there that today, if these policies are being implemented fully by the municipality, you will not see the street being dirty. People adhere to the policy. But if you are not enforcing these things that you got on books to work, forget about it. We are all human. So when I see the chances, I have to take chance with situation. And then if you continue to go on, we live like that. But if people are telling you, hey, don't put garbage to this place, And you will not put it there. At this time, when you do it, you are penalized for that. You will see things changing in Liberia.
So, what you're saying is true, right? I just like to go back to the drivers because, like, for instance, what is just on hand, where the government comes up and say, you know what, the gasoline price on the world market has reduced, and so the gas stations now have reduced the gasoline price. Where you're buying 1 gallon of gas for like $580, it's dropped now to $520, $525 some places. But yet and still, the drivers are still collecting the same transport fare people were paying when they were paying $5.80 per gallon. You saying that these people are also under you. Yeah. How then can you help the government to regulate a taxi driver who is going to burden or charge a passenger? How does that? Because if even you have a representation or representative from the drivers union, how does he make sure that all of them adhere to the policy?
Let me just tell you something. In our country, what weaken our policy is too much the sympathetic amount that we have for our people. If you must build a country, you have to be very focused on what you say and what you do and stand by it. If I'm in a taxi and the regulation says that so pay $100 from here to Monrovia, that is Broad Street, because I'm in Pinsville, that is Broad Street, and then the taxi driver tell me it's $120, I'm not going to pay. Believe me, what happens sometimes in the taxi is that you are advocating that are supposed to pay $100 and not $120. Then 2-3 of your brother and sister that sit in the car say, "Mama, pay the man $120, let's go." You understand that? So you are not helping the system for it to work. But if all of you come and say, "No, you're not going to exploit us," call a policeman to that, and that man is taking a penalized for a cause, you will see people will start to change. But number one, if you come, the policeman is not even looking at you, pay the man money and go, man. You understand what I'm saying? These things happen.
I understand what you're saying.
So our drivers, people take advantage of situation. But until you get correctly measured, that's the only way you can see changes taking place.
So why do people take advantage of situation and you have others who should make sure that things are done properly, they don't do it? My point is you have a representation who is at the end of LIBA, right? So I'm representing all of the drivers. So it means that my people, I come to them, like we have the lawmakers have their districts, right? So what the people in the district want is what they tell the lawmakers, and the lawmakers go and make their case on Capitol Hill. So I'm the representative now for all the cement sellers. We go to a meeting and we say, okay, this is what we want. When you go out, when you represent us at the level of LIBA, tell them this is what we want. We come to the meeting and LIBA says, okay, all the people who are selling cement in Liberia, tell your people, you guys have to reduce the price because the price has dropped. Let's agree that Liberians are people who will say, I want to go, so the man says I'll pay 150, so I'll pay the 150. But is it that at your level, the people who represent these various, sectoral groupings, they are not able to go back to them and make sure that these people do the right thing?
Let me just say something to you. If you do not report the case, you do not expect the leader to know what is happening in the field. The simple thing that you just draw out on the cement dealer, if the policies are made, the consumer will tell us that the price that we told the people to pay is not what they are paying. You understand? Somebody will make the complaint. But like I just showed you the example, if I want to advocate because $100 you are paid, and 2-3 of the Liberians sitting down there telling you pay the money, let's go, and then I pay, I do not report my issue. I turn around, go with it, and that's it. And so when you continue to get our leverage, people continue to take advantage of the legal situation. But believe me, if 1 or 2, 3 persons start to make complaint and breaking the information to us that the ABC driver, the ABCD, and the driver is arrested and penalized 2-3 times, you will see changes to start to take place.
Do people have a way of complaining people to
I can do that. I can do. You can do that. You can write. You can come with a complaint. You can even walk there. All that we want to do, give her the exact information. Don't give her, oh, the man, I don't know, we will not be able to trace the man. But if you keep from the car and the man exploited you, you come and say, look, tested number A, B, C, D. We need them to go in the street. All we need to do is to go to the transport ministry and tell them where we raise us so tested and get the information to pull our car over.
Okay. Hello. Yes, sir. You're live, sir. Go ahead. Okay, it's good to hear you. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your question. Let him answer that question.
You are right, my brother. Right now, I can tell you that we are about to deal with the issue. We want the retail aspect to be for Liberian people. If you're an importer, we
Let
want
me
to
take
say.
this final call and then you can answer if that is a question, or so you can answer because we don't. Hello. Hello, you're live. Go ahead. We're hearing you, sir. Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Hello. Hello? Yes, I'm getting you. You're coming in broken. Are you hearing him? I'm not getting you. You're breaking in. Hello? Better. Better.
This is my name. And I said, I want it's the one day I said that on the
I'm sorry, I have to leave you at that because I'm not really getting what you're saying. And let me take this final caller and then we'll. Hello, hello. You're live. Go ahead, please. Yeah, you're live on the Bumper Show. Go ahead, we're listening. What can I do? Hello? 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 Do you really know who's in studio here? I'm not taking calls anymore. I'm sorry, I'm out of time. The man said he didn't give him data. I don't know what kind of data he's talking about and who he really knows is in the studio. I just want to take one final caller and then I'll wrap up. Hello. Okay. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. I'm sorry I'm not taking calls anymore. I don't have time in my favor. Mrs. Strother, you listen to the few callers and
I'm happy with the guy, but let me be clear on the issue the guy has to talk about policy. The first quarter, it is indeed our problem. It is a challenge for all of us. But we can tell you this administration of LIBA will work closely with the Liberian government to make sure we make sure the right thing be for our people. There are a lot of things. TD, there are a lot of things that we see out there we need to work on, but it can't be done one day. We have to engage it. We are just coming here. We are laying out all the premises. We are telling you this is it. We should work on it at this point, and we know that we will get there. One good thing I know, the prof who is at the Commerce Ministry, who is our direct boss for the sector, he know me. And you know, when I tell you, say this, we work with this minister, we want to do this, he know me. And he can rest and say, yeah, Jimmy want to deliver that goods for me. So we will do our best.
Thank you so much for sitting with us this evening on the Bumper Show, Mr. Strother, President of the Liberian Business Association.
Thank you.
We highly appreciate your coming. Join us, God willing, Monday for a fresh edition of the program, The Bumper